Mid-range phones are getting more competitive every year, and it's getting harder to pick just one. Some focus on cameras, while others push performance, and a few try to balance everything out. So in this video, we're putting the TECNO CAMON 50 Ultra up against the POCO X8 Pro Max. They're both in the premium mid-range category, but as you'd expect, each caters to different needs. The question now is, which one actually makes more sense for your daily use? Let's find out. Starting with design, you can already see a difference. The CAMON 50 Ultra feels slimmer and more refined. At just 7.38mm thick, it's surprisingly easy to carry around considering it has a large 6,500 mAh battery. The curved edges add a bit of comfort, especially during longer sessions like gaming or watching videos, and it generally feels well balanced in hand. And if you think about it, the phone kind of gives off a Galaxy phone vibe. Anyways, what really stands out here is the level of protection it gets. The CAMON is IP66, IP68, and IP69K rated, offering the strongest ingress protection yet for dust and water resistance, and even high temperatures. Meanwhile, the POCO X8 Pro Max goes in a more straightforward approach. It has a flat-edge design with a relatively bigger size and thicker profile than the CAMON, measuring 8.2mm thick. The back does feel slightly plasticky depending on the finish. It still gets an IP68 rating, which is good enough for most users, but it doesn't quite match the level of protection offered by the CAMON, so there's that. Moving on to the display, both phones offer AMOLED panels with sharp visuals and vibrant colors and differ mostly in size. The CAMON 50 Ultra comes with a 6.78-inch 1.5K curved AMOLED panel with a higher refresh rate at up to 144Hz. In daily use, everything feels smooth and responsive, especially when scrolling through apps or navigating the interface. While not all apps take the full advantage of 144Hz, the overall experience still feels fluid. The POCO X8 Pro Max, on the other hand, has a slightly larger 6.83-inch flat AMOLED display. I mean, it's called Max for a reason. It also sports a 1.5K resolution and with the usual 120Hz refresh rate. That said, visual experience is largely the same for both phones, but it comes down to the listening experience. Both phones feature dual stereo speakers that are loud enough for casual use, although it seems that the CAMON 50 Ultra delivers a more balanced sound in our opinion. The POCO X8 Pro Max can get louder, but it starts to lose a bit of clarity at higher volumes. For biometric security, I'm glad to report that both feature Face Unlock and in-display fingerprint sensors, but only the X8 Pro Max uses an ultrasonic sensor, which tends to be faster and more consistent compared to the optical sensor on the CAMON 50 Ultra. Next, let's talk about the cameras, and this is where the CAMON 50 Ultra pulls ahead. It offers a more versatile setup, including a 50-megapixel main shooter, an 8-megapixel ultra-wide, and a dedicated 50-megapixel telephoto lens with 3 times optical zoom. This setup alone gives it more flexibility when taking photos, especially for zoom shots where details remain sharp. In daylight, images come out detailed with pleasing colors and decent dynamic range, although it does have a tendency to brighten shots more than necessary in certain lighting conditions. On the other hand, the POCO X8 Pro Max keeps things simpler with just a 50-megapixel main camera and an 8-megapixel ultra-wide lens. The main camera performs well with accurate colors and good dynamic range, and portrait shots have a nice subject separation. However, without a telephoto lens, it doesn't quite offer the same level of quality as TECNO does. For video, the POCO has the advantage in frame rate, supporting 4K at 60fps while the CAMON is limited to 4K at 30fps. That said, both deliver stable footage, with CAMON focusing more on overall consistency and the POCO offering smoother motion. This is the POCO X8 Pro Max shooting at 4K at 30 frames per second. So guess what it looks like? Wee! Nakita nyo yan? Sige, sabog na. So here are your colors and details. So yeah, what do you guys think? That's in the comment section below. It's the TECNO CAMON 50 Ultra's rear camera for this comparison, shooting at 4K at 30 frames per second. So here's what it looks like. Sure, sige. And then here are your details and colors. So yeah, what do you guys think? Let us know in the comment section below. I have to clean this up now. Jumping onto performance, POCO wants up the Camon here it seems. The Camon 50 Ultra, powered by the Dimensity 7400 Ultimate, handles everyday tasks and multitasking without issues. In Antutu version 11, it achieved the result of about 819,000, which is not bad at all. That translates well for gaming as it performs well in lighter games like Pokemon Unite, maintaining stable frame rates even during extended sessions. However, when it comes to more demanding titles like Wuthering Waves, the limitations of the chipset start to show. Frame rates become more obvious even at lower graphical settings, but the game is still playable for the most part. The POCO X8 Pro Max? Well, it operates on a completely different level. It boasts the Dimensity 9500S, which delivers near flagship performance. It scored nearly triple the score in the same benchmark test, surpassing over 3 million points. That alone gives it a major advantage, as it should since it's technically more expensive than the Camon. In real-world use, this translates to smoother gaming, faster app launches, and better multitasking. Even demanding games like Wuthering Waves run much more consistently, and it can technically play the game with maxed out graphical settings. But as expected, it heats up relatively quickly, so I'd suggest keeping the settings to medium graphics. On the software side, both phones run Android 16 with their respective skins, iOS 16 for the Camon and HyperOS 3 for the POCO. The Camon introduces Ella AI, which includes features like voice assistance, summaries, and contextual tools along with support for circle to search. It leans more toward adding AI-driven functionality and customization. Taking a closer look, iOS 16 looks even more iOS-like than HyperOS. I mean, we're not complaining. They did a good job at making the look consistent, especially on their first-party apps. The POCO X8 Pro Max, meanwhile, offers a more polished overall experience with relatively smoother animations and its own set of Hyper AI tools. It feels more refined in terms of usability, although it still comes preloaded with lots of ads and bloatware. Both systems require a bit of cleanup out of the box, but overall, POCO's software feels more complete, while TECNO's focuses on more added features and a more consistent look. Connectivity-wise, both phones cover the essentials including 5G, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, GPS, and NFC, although POCO adds newer specs like Wi-Fi 7. What I really like about these phones is that they both finally have eSIM support. Battery life is another area where the POCO X8 Pro Max stands out. With its 8500 mAh battery, it delivers significantly longer usage, being able to reach over 33 hours in our video loop test. The Camon 50 Ultra, with its 6500 mAh battery, still performs decently and can easily last a full day, but it doesn't quite match the endurance of the POCO X8 Pro Max. In the same video loop test, it achieved over 18 hours. Charging speeds also favor the POCO with 100 watts support, while the Camon uses 45 watts charging. Both can still fully charge in about an hour, but the POCO benefits from the larger capacity and faster charging capability. Before we get to our verdict, let's talk about the price. This is also where the Camon 50 Ultra edges out the X8 Pro Max, being the more affordable option. With the TECNO CAMON 50 Ultra 5G, it comes at a price tag of 18,499 pesos for the 8GB plus 256GB variant. There are also two configs, both with 12GB of RAM. The 256GB model goes for 20,499 pesos, while the 512GB is priced at 23,999 pesos. Meanwhile, the POCO X8 Pro Max is priced at 25,999 pesos for the 256GB variant, while the 512GB model goes for 27,999 pesos. So with that much of a price difference, it's just natural for the POCO X8 Pro Max to take the win, mainly because it has a significantly more powerful performance and a better battery life. However, the TECNO CAMON 50 Ultra champions itself with a more affordable price tag and a more flexible camera setup, with the addition of a telephoto lens that the POCO lacks. While it doesn't have the same level of processing power as the POCO, it's more than enough for most users. Like I said earlier, each model caters to different needs, and the distinction becomes more obvious once you start using them. So if you want a phone that leans towards photography and a balanced experience for less, the TECNO CAMON 50 Ultra 5G makes the most sense for you. But if you're after raw power and longer-lasting battery life, the POCO X8 Pro Max is clearly the stronger option. At the end of the day, the decision boils down to what matters more to you. So there you have it. What do you think of this comparison between the TECNO CAMON 50 Ultra and the POCO X8 Pro Max? Are you Team TECNO or Team POCO, at least in this comparison? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. Oh. If you find this video helpful, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and follow us on our socials for more tech news and reviews. Again, this has been CJ, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye! See you later!